Well, I met Sam Mitchell at Columbus High School one day. I think it was the third day of his freshman year. And I saw this tall, lanky guy coming down the hallway, and I approached him thinking that he was going to play basketball and go out for the basketball team. At that time, I was a junior and one of the players on the team, and I asked him if he was going to play, and at that time he told me he didn't have any aspirations of playing, and I asked him why, and he said he liked football. So I was surprised and shocked to hear that answer. So I asked him what position he was going to play, and he told me cornerback. And I asked him what time was practice, because I wanted to go and watch him practice and see if he was as good as he said he was going to be. So I went and watched him that day practice, and I was just shocked to see him out on the field. And I said to myself, my God, this guy's going to get killed. And but what I realized when I left that practice field that day, what I realized was that, number one, he wasn't afraid of contact. He liked to mix it up. He liked to fight. He liked to work hard. And I watched the whole practice, and I was impressed with that.
I met Sam in the NBA my rookie year. He was playing for the Pacers. And I think it was the Pacers at the time. And my first impression of him was this tough, hard-nosed guy. He was a defender for them, and just a tough, hard-nosed guy.
I was very impressed with the fact that he was always inquisitive about how I did things, or how we did things. How you make this move, why you play like this, and I liked that because I couldn't spend time with my brothers because they were so much older. And so we had a chance to spend a lot of time together on the basketball court and off. I knew he was going to be a good player because we worked out every day and we pushed each other. And from riding our bikes to just playing ball and going places together, I knew he had it in him because he was a fighter.
Sam was a winner, and he was a self-made winner, because I don't know that Sam had all the ability, but you look at his pro career, how he went from being a draft choice of the Houston Rockets. He did not make it right out of the box, went to CBA and went the international route. And then I think in 1989 or 1990, somewhere along in there, he got picked up by Minnesota, and he spent 13 years in the NBA, and you just don't do that without hard work. And Sam was not the most gifted player, but I'm going to tell you what, for Mercer University, he's the best that ever played.
Sam, I knew, coming into this season, I wanted to have veterans around, guys that understood the game, guys that wanted to teach and develop. And when Sam came to visit with me about the opening for the assistant coach's job, it was a no-brainer. With his history in the NBA, winning Coach of the Year, I think it was 07 or 08, and playing in the league for 15 years, the road that he took to get there, it didn't just happen for him right away. He had to work and grind to get there. I want that type of person, player, coach on our team so that he can kind of, teach that to our guys.
And one of the things that he told me at that time was, he said, Mark, there are 26, 27 teams out there. Only one told me no. He said, I know there's a yes out there somewhere. He said, I'm going to keep trying until I find that yes. And he did. There were a lot of obstacles in his way, but he persevered. He was very persistent, but most of all, he was patient. And I respect him for that, because, you don't get to that level by just laying down. You really got to bust your butt. And I have a lot of respect for Sam for getting to that level.
Sam is just a total winner, and he is a class guy. And I will say this about him, probably the best dressed coach when he was in the NBA, for sure. Sam is he's just a marvelous person. He and I have a great relationship.
I think he is who he is all the time, always. I think, first of all, he's a very nice person, very respectful, and he's tough. There's a lot of things that you can tell that Sam was raised with a very strict household, because he gets that to the guys around here, and when he talks to us as well. So you think about a nice person, very respectful, but tough at the same time.
But you are very, very deserving of this honor, and I want you to know that I'm very, very proud of you.
he deserves Hall of Fame recognition, and I don't know why you waited this long to put him in, because he deserves it.
Well, you know what? The dunk on Sam in the '95 playoffs comes up now more because he's on the staff with us. And I don't talk about it much because Sam, you know, he might try to hip check me or something going down the stairs.